Ladies and gentlemen, aging is not just about counting years, it is about mastering the art of restraint. There comes a point in life where what you don't say, what you don't do, and where you don't go matter just as much as the things you actively pursue. The reckless energy of youth, which once propelled you forward, must now be tempered with the wisdom of experience. Not every thought deserves to be spoken, not every impulse should be acted upon, and not every place is meant for you anymore. If you do not adapt, if you do not refine your approach to life, you risk unnecessary conflict, pain, and regret. 3 things not to say. Back in my day, things were better. It is a sentiment uttered countless times by those who have lived long enough to see the world change beyond recognition. It is not merely nostalgia. It is a deep-rooted belief that the past held something more valuable, more meaningful, or more virtuous than what exists today. While this thought may carry a grain of truth, it also carries a dangerous weight. It can make you bitter, disconnected, and resentful of the present. It can blind you to the opportunities that still exist and trap you in a world that no longer is. The past had its strengths, discipline, structure, and a sense of personal responsibility, but change is inevitable. If you allow yourself to be consumed by the idea that everything was better before, you risk becoming irrelevant, resentful, and closed off to life as it is. Nostalgia, when indulged too much, can become a prison, preventing you from fully engaging with the present. It fosters an us versus them mentality, where you see the past as superior and the present as a decline. The longer you hold on to that belief, the more you isolate yourself. Instead of mourning what you did not do, focus on what you can do now. Take the strength of your past and use it to make today, not yesterday, the best it can be. I'm too old to change. It is a phrase often uttered with a sense of resignation, a quiet surrender to time and circumstance. It carries the weight of years of routine, of habits ingrained so deeply that they feel immovable. Yet it is also one of the most dangerous beliefs a person can hold. To say that you are too old to change is to declare that growth is no longer possible, that learning has reached its limit, and that life is now only something to be endured rather than shaped. Change is not exclusive to youth. It is the essence of life itself. To resist it is to resist the very thing that keeps you alive in a meaningful way. It is never age that limits change. It is mindset. Every moment presents an opportunity to grow, to break free from old constraints. Embracing change, no matter your age, is to embrace life itself. It is to reclaim the power to shape your own existence rather than be confined by the illusion that the past determines the future. I wish I had done things differently. Regret is a heavy burden, and as the years pass, it can become unbearable if you allow it to take root in your soul. The past cannot be rewritten, no matter how much you analyze it or replay those moments. What regret can do, however, is steal the time you have left. It can blind you to the opportunities still before you, keeping you tethered to a past that no longer exists. The only way to make peace with regret is to accept it without allowing it to define you. Instead of mourning what you did not do, focus on what you can do now. Embrace the wisdom that age has given you. If there are mistakes to atone for, make amends where you can. If there are lessons to be learned, carry them forward. But do not allow regret to become the lens through which you see your life. You are not merely the sum of your past decisions. You are still here, and as long as you are, there is still time to make your life into something worth living. 3 things not to do. Do not chase the approval of younger generations. It is a futile pursuit that leads only to frustration, insecurity, and a slow erosion of your own self-respect. The world belongs to the young, just as it once belonged to you, and they will shape it in ways you may not always understand or agree with. Seeking their approval, bending yourself to their expectations, and trying to remain relevant in their eyes will not bring you the validation you seek. Youth does not admire those who chase after it. Instead, stand firm in who you are. Lead by example, showing stability, self-assurance, and quiet strength. People respect those who do not feel the need to apologize for the years they have lived or the lessons they have learned. Do not hoard possessions out of fear. The tendency to accumulate and cling to material things as you age is often driven by an underlying anxiety, a fear of scarcity, loss, or no longer being in control. But the weight of unnecessary possessions does not bring security. It brings burden. The more you hold on to, the more you are trapped by the past, by obligations, by clutter that serves no meaningful purpose. Letting go is not an act of loss. It is an act of liberation. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for clarity, movement, and new experiences. Your legacy is not in things. It is in the wisdom you have gained, the love you have given, and the example you set for those who come after you. Do not dwell on what you have lost. Loss is an inevitable part of life, and the older you get, the more you will experience it. But dwelling on what you have lost does not bring back what is gone. It only robs you of what remains. Nostalgia, if left unchecked, can be a prison, keeping you rooted in memories instead of allowing you to engage with the reality of the present moment. Life is still happening right now, and if you are too consumed by grief, regret, or longing, you will miss it. Instead of mourning what is no longer in your hands, focus on what is. There are still moments of beauty to be found, relationships to nurture, and lessons to learn. Strength comes not from clinging to the past, but from learning to stand in the present with gratitude for what remains. 3 places not to go. Do not go where you are not respected. As you grow older, your time, energy, and dignity become more valuable than ever. You do not need to subject yourself to places, people, or situations where your presence is tolerated rather than valued. Respect is the foundation of any meaningful interaction. If you find yourself in an environment where you are spoken to with condescension, dismissed as irrelevant, or outright ignored, you must ask yourself why you continue to go there. Life is too short to seek approval from those who refuse to give it. Instead, invest your energy in relationships and spaces that uplift you. Surround yourself with those who listen when you speak, who appreciate your presence, and who see your worth without being reminded. Do not go where you are only tolerated, not wanted. There is a profound difference between being accepted and being truly welcomed. Too many people linger in environments where they are merely tolerated, where their presence is acknowledged out of politeness but never truly embraced. This is a quiet rejection, an unspoken dismissal, and if you are not careful, it can eat away at your dignity. Instead, seek out the places and people who genuinely want you around, where your presence is not just accepted but desired, where your voice is not just heard but valued. These are the environments that nurture the soul and allow you to thrive rather than simply exist. Do not revisit places of pain. Some argue that revisiting pain can bring closure, but closure does not always come from returning. It often comes from leaving. True healing is not found in constantly confronting the past, but in choosing to stop letting it define your future. Every time you revisit painful places, you reinforce their hold on you. Instead of returning to places of suffering, seek out places of renewal. Find environments that uplift you, inspire growth, and remind you of the beauty still left in life. Surround yourself with spaces that encourage healing rather than pull you back into despair. The past has already taken enough from you. Do not allow it to steal your present as well.